So Pablo Hidalgo had some words to say about Star Wars theory on Twitter. This was absolutely unacceptable coming from a Lucasfilm employee, and I'm very proud of the Star Wars fan base for rallying around theory and not joining in on the negativity. But this is not an isolated event. Pablo lashes out at fans quite often, especially back in the years between The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. But why is Pablo always so angry at fans? Let's find out. So ever since this all went down with theory and Pablo, I've been doing some research on Pablo and his position within Lucasfilm, and I found something very interesting. People keep referring to Pablo as the head of the Lucasfilm story team, but in fact that's not right. He is a head of the Lucasfilm story team and shares the same title with 3 other people. So he really doesn't have that much power, and he really isn't the head of anything, contrary to his egoic beliefs. During the days after The Last Jedi, fans were very angry and asking Pablo a lot of questions. Pablo had a track record of kind of being the fans' only insight into Lucasfilm. He was the only one who really responded to fans from inside the building. So naturally, the people that didn't enjoy The Last Jedi went straight to him. But when the fans that were tweeting him became overwhelmingly negative, Pablo's posture on talking to fans changed extremely. The entire team at Lucasfilm thought The Last Jedi was going to be the next Empire Strikes Back. And look, I'm not one of those people who hate on The Last Jedi with all my heart, but I do recognize the movie isn't Empire. But Pablo, Kathleen, and Ryan all believed it was the perfect film, so when people were complaining to Pablo and wanting answers on the film, Pablo had enough and lashed out. This is when Pablo went from ally to the fans to the enemy of the fans. This was the moment when supervillain Pablo Hidalgo was born. Now, I'm aware some fans are just nasty and they shouldn't act the way they do sometimes, but a Lucasfilm employee shouldn't be lashing out at fans. Just don't respond, it's not that hard. I think Kathleen and the other higher-ups see just how poorly the fans received the sequel trilogy and how well received The Mandalorian is. They are starting to see that Filoni is literally a Star Wars encyclopedia, and they don't need anyone else for the story side of things. Favreau can handle the film aspect and the business aspect, and Favreau has all of the canon covered as well as what they decide to add to canon. So if they realize that Dave is all they need and they realize how poorly the sequels were received, why would they still want Pablo around? I think Pablo's time at Lucasfilm is limited, so he's taking that out on the fans that are responsible for the hatred of the sequels, which I think the fans should be expressing their feelings on the movies. That's what they're for. And Star Wars theory recently has been very outspoken against the sequels, and it seems like Pablo has got wind of that. So Lucasfilm no longer needs Pablo around, and he has made some horrible decisions if he was involved as much as he claims to be for the sequel trilogy. But not only that, he also treats fans poorly, not just Star Wars theory, but he has lashed out at many fans over the years, and once again, this is just not okay for a Lucasfilm employee. And in addition to all those things, we now have the apprentice of the creator himself in charge of most of the Star Wars universe. So why would Lucasfilm even need Pablo now? Lucasfilm has 3 other people with the same exact title as him that don't come at fans on Twitter. Just keep them around and push Pablo out, or maybe demote Pablo, or do something about this. Now let me be 100% clear, I don't wish anyone to lose their job. I'm simply stating what I think is going on at Lucasfilm. I think Pablo needs consequences, but I don't think anyone should be fired over a tweet. And while the tweet was outrageous, it could and does get a lot worse. And here's a message to Star Wars fans. If you are a fan and you care about the fandom, let's continue to stick up for our true Star Wars fans. And not just the ones with 2 million subs or followers. Stick up for those too, but more importantly, let's stick up for the little guys. When Pablo or someone else in a higher position comes at a true fan just trying to enjoy the franchise they love, always stick up for them. But let me know in the comments what everyone thinks about this Pablo Hidalgo versus Star Wars theory stuff. A lot of people are saying it's being blown out of proportion and all this, but I really don't think it is. But if you did enjoy this video, consider checking out some of my other content and maybe even subscribing to the channel. And also, if you like this video, make sure you leave a like on the video. If you want to join the community that we have in Discord, the link to the Discord will be in the description. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one.